going on, everybody? Todd Grubb here from Fishing Grubs. Welcome to the Monster Bass channel. Alright everybody, if this is your first time here in the Monster Bass channel, please do us a favor, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell as well. We're dropping videos like this all the time. Today folks, we're doing something a little bit different. We're going to hop around a few different ponds on foot from shore using a creature bait. And this here is the Game Hawg by Strike King, KVD Game Hawg. I have 3/0 hooks, and we're going to be using the bullet weights from Monster Bass. I got a 3/8 ounce and a 7/16. So we're going to go ahead and get rigged up and get out to one of these ponds and see what we can put together for you guys today. Alright guys, the hooks, the must-have hooks, the KVD Strike King Game Hogs, and the bullet weights that we're using all came in this month's Monster Bass box. We're going to see if we can actually use the Game Hogs to catch us a hog. Guys, if you are not subscribed to my channel, it is Fishing Grubs. We'll leave it linked down below. Whoa, what was that? Did something just blow up on you? All right, sorry for the crazy background noise. This is the Game Hog. A lot of action in this thing, so hopefully we can get some big strikes today. We're hoping for a couple of big fish. Also guys, these Monster Bass tungsten weights are where it's at. You can save so much money. Alright guys, so yeah, this thing's gonna have a ton of action down there. I got it Texas rigged with the Monster Bass bullet weight, and when I Texas rig with a bullet weight, I actually don't use a bobber stopper, and I leave the eye of the hook exposed so that when the bullet weight hits the hook, it makes a decent amount of noise down there, and almost gives it like a craw-like sound. And a lot of these creature baits that you can use are craw-like imitations. So let's go ahead and see what we can do here, folks. See if we can catch a fish. So right at the top of the screen here, we see 3 dead bluegill, and I cannot see that there are hundreds more scattered all over the edges of the pond. There is so much bait. God, look at all the dead fish. There's so many dead fish, guys. So many dead bluegill. Wonder what's going on in here. They look like they're being eaten too. Boy, it'd be great if they were maintaining a different area right now. I don't know if that was a bite or just bumped over a log or something. So when I'm using most creature baits, I use 50 to 65 pound braid, because with these creature baits you can punch into anything, so you can really fish the thick stuff in front of the thick stuff. And I like you know, a high pound test, because when you're fishing heavy cover, you want to be able to jack up these big fish and get them the hell out as fast as possible. And so I'm using, you know, a 65 pound braid and usually 20 pound leader line. Today I went with 14 because that's what I had. So we went with 14 pound test, and we're gonna see, you know, if that should do fine, at least at this first pond. There's not a lot of heavy cover. It feels very muddy on the bottom, and so I think we're gonna be good to go with this 14 pound test. Fluorocarbon, of course. There's so much topwater action going on here with bait fish. Really hope we can get into an actual lodge. This is insane, dude. Look at them all. A bunch of them bitten in half, but most of them are just dead. And there's still so much bait busted in here. Maybe there's just an overpopulation. I have no idea, but this is insane. The crappy thing is all these dead fish breaking their nasty shit into the water.
Are you seeing the dead fish?
Bro, I was just gonna ask you that, but I heard you talking to your camera, so I was like, don't say anything, don't say anything. Littered.
Dude.
Hundreds.
Thousands.
This is insane. And no bass.
No. 3-pounder, 4-pounder right there. 2-pounder, 3-pounder in that corner. Dead.
No.
Yeah.
All I'm seeing are bluegill.
The bass are right on shore. Hold on. I'll come to you in a minute and we'll talk about it. But
Oxygen levels in here must have gotten out of control or something. Too many fish in such a small pond. I do not know if we're gonna catch any fish here today. There's so much bait though. Oh man, this place is just, I think it's just overloaded. Just overpopulated. Has to be. Like every cast, there's just so many fish jumping and some sort of like bluegill craziness. I still don't see any bass. Becca said she saw a bass. Oh, there's a bass. Yeah, there's a bass. Oh, there's a big bass. That one got eaten. Holy crap, can you guys see that? That's a good sized bass. Just his head. Wow. This is insane. Let me know in the comments down below what you think happened to this golf course pond. Was it like the stuff they use, the chemicals on the golf course? Was it overpopulation? I don't know if you guys can see, like every time I cast, like bait, 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 bait. There are definitely tons of fish still alive, but this is like eerie. All bluegill, mostly bluegill, and then some scattered bass. That bass got eaten too. Oh, there's another bass. Oh man. Oh man. Another bass. Nice. Probably like a 2. This is terrible. Absolutely terrible to see. So many fish dead. I wonder what happened, man. This is wild. There's a couple more ponds here that we're gonna pond hop around. But like, I just don't know. Just don't know, guys. Who knows if there's any healthy bass left? Or if all the small fish just took all the oxygen out of this thing. I just don't know. They need to get a fountain for this place.
any bites?
Look at the birds. I haven't had any bites, no.
No bites?
Dude, look at all the, I think there was an overpopulation. Look at how many fish are jumping. Have you seen this?
Yes.
Is it the same over on that side?
Yeah, no, I mean
Every cast it's like,
there's
but there's so many fish dead. This place has too many fish and they don't have a fountain or anything giving it oxygen. Hot summer.
I was here a week ago with no dead fish. Like an ecosystem doesn't just like flip the switch like that.
Yeah, it does. If it runs out of oxygen, yes.
I don't know.
A small pond like this. That's my only guess.
I don't know. My guess was that they put something in the pond, killed them off because people were fishing here.
No, you wouldn't do that. You don't just kill a bunch of animals. And there's still so many in here.
I don't know. I mean, we could both be wrong, so I couldn't tell you.
You know what?
What?
You're right.
I'm gonna go around and probably take a video or two of everything floating around, but I mean, I don't really want to fish here.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna catch. We gotta go to the other place.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're gonna catch anything. B, I don't want to put any fish that's actually alive in distress. So let's not waste too much time and just say our goodbyes because this is bad.
What's the biggest one you saw?
I caught a 5-pounder.
No, what's the biggest one you saw dead?
Oh, a 4. I mean,
So
that's from that side of the pond that I saw him because he's in that corner where you can't get to. Oh, nice trip.
howdy.
Howdy. Howdy.
I just wanted to make sure you saw that it was there.
Oh yeah, yeah. Dude, the whole shoreline's just
The whole shoreline. Look it. Dead.
dead. I mean, I can't even keep count. What's that big dead thing over there? Is that a bass?
I don't know. I want to find there's one right here.
Dead bass?
Yeah, right there.
All right.
See?
Oh, that's a decent dead bass.
That's a decent one.
No, that's like
And then this is the one. This is one of the biggest ones I found. Who's been eaten?
That looks like a monster bass. Hold on.
Not monster. Maybe like 3-pounder, maybe 4.
That 5-pounder I caught was only 5 pounds. This is how fat he was, though. Whoa. What?
There's so many fish still alive. It's got to be an oxygen. It's got to be an oxygen thing.
Alright, Todd, will you hit that big bass head when you have a second? That's
You want me to do this again?
yeah, that's a bass head. It's about a 3.5.
Got eaten by probably a snapping turtle.
Is that a dead bass on there, or is that a plastic bag?
I think it's a dead bass that I didn't see.
Because I really hope that's a plastic bag, that's a large.
That's a big fish.
It's a big fish?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a giant bass that I thought was a plastic bag because of how big it was. Yep, there it is. That's another giant just floating. And then I just turn right here and then you can just see all these dead bluegills. That's a big dead
That's a golden shiner, yeah.
Yeah, that's a golden shiner. No, not that one. There's even a giant one right there. So yeah, there were shad and shiner in here.
Oh, that might even be a white. No, that's a shad.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a fucking behemoth, bro.
Yeah, that's a big shad. Sick! Right next to a big dead bass that probably would have ate it, right? Cool.
Look. This is the worst, dude.
Yeah, this is the worst.
Because this was the big bass pond, right?
Oh,
The
yeah.
other one's not as like big
No,
bass.
the next pond we're going to, I caught a 4-pounder at the next pond, and then Lila's brother caught a 4 1/4. Oh, you get him? Oh, get him. 'Cause that's the only goddamn thing we're gonna get.
All right, ladies and gents. Yeah, the setup we're using today, we got the Lew's speed spool, this carbon fire. It's a 7:5 to 1 gear ratio. Again, we got the 7/16 ounce tungsten from Monster Bass, the Game Hawg, the 3/0 hook, and my Fox River rods, 7.3 heavy fast. This rod is freaking great for flipping and pitching and frogging. What just happened back there? I have no idea. We decided to call it quits there quickly. We didn't want to pressure any of the fish that are still alive right now. But Becca's going to do some recon and hopefully some of the bigger fish. She caught a 5-pounder out of here. We didn't see a dead 5-pounder. So hopefully some of the bigger fish survive. We'll know soon enough. Maybe we'll do a little update for you guys in a future video. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna take the boys here and we're gonna go see if we can get on some fish. Let's go. All right, we are here at pond number 2. We don't have a lot of time to fish this place, so we're gonna get out here and see what we can do. We got the Game Hawg. We're gonna see if we can get our game up and catch a hog. That's the name of the game right now. So we're still with Becca. We're at another golf course. It's a totally different place, and we can only fish here for a small amount of time. So let's do this. Fail number 2.
What?
I said fail number 2.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell to do now. Too many golfers. How are you gonna give me permission?
Where are all the golfers?
I don't know. He's just a cranky old dude. What do we do?
He's cranky today. It's a new day, folks. It is a new day. We failed miserably twice that morning trying to catch some fish on this here bait and the tungsten weight from Monster Bass. And we failed. We failed. So we're back on a mission to talk to you about creature baits and tungsten weights as we try to catch some fish today. Let's see what we can do here. I'm at a place where I like to frog. Now, throwing this is going to be so weird for me because in places like this, all I want to do is frog, but these baits should really work well here as well. Let's see if we can get a couple fish to bite. All right, we're back at it. Watermelon red flake, Game Hawg, KBD, Strike King, Monster Bass. Here we go. I feel so out of place right now, guys. Not using a creature bait, but using a creature bait here, because this is like my frog spot near home. We'll freaking toss this thing around and see if we can't get something to bite. So every single cast, I was getting tons of weeds over and over and over again. Eventually, we were able to work the bait so that we could maybe, possibly, catch a fish. Finally felt a bite. Ourselves a little tyke and the first fish on the Game Hawg, folks. First one on the Game Hawg. Okay, relax. Awesome. Let's hope we get a few more of these. This guy is tiny. Freaking tiny. All right, bud. Oh guys, about darn time. And basically right there I stayed out of the weedy area. I could actually feel my bait pretty much the whole way in. I think it got covered in a little bit of weeds. I managed to shake them, and then we got our first actual bite since we've been here, which is great. This place has a lot of weeds. I knew it had a lot of weeds. I was hoping we could get through it a little bit better than this. This is a little ridiculous, but you know, if we took the bullet weight off, which wouldn't really serve today's purpose, but if we did, we could run this on top of the pads and stuff. Jesus Christ. And probably get some more bites, but it's not the name of the game today. So we'll just continue doing what we're doing, see if we can get a couple more bites here, and then we'll head to the next spot. So I spent well over an hour here at this spot on both sides of the pond, really trying to, you know, get on another fish, but it just did not work out. Alright guys, we are here at spot number 4 as the sun is going down. And this place is super choked out. I've never seen it this choked out. I just want to grab a frog now, but a frog is not what we're here to do in this video. So let's see if we can catch a fish at this spot. I'm going to give it a little bit of time and then we'll go to the next pond here. Hopefully it's a little less choked. Let's go. So spot number 4 here. Yeah, completely choked out. Can't work the bait at all. Suckage. Alright folks, on number 3,429, the sun is going down. Today has been tough. Not as tough as the last time. We at least caught one dink. But it goes to show that you need to know the ponds you're going to. And although I do know these ponds, I haven't been here in a few weeks and I didn't realize how choked out it was going to be. There was more weeds at this last pond than there was at the last pond we just went to. That we caught the first fish of the day. Now I knew that place was going to have a lot of weeds. But I also knew that it had spots in the weeds that we could target and punch through some of them. That shit was insane. If you listen real close here, you'll hear the first golf ball hit the water out of frame. Yeah, that's number 1. And right here, number 2, right in front of us. You suck, dude. Saw him just swimming with it. Just swimming with it. Wow, we're doing a lot better at this than this guy is at golfing. Nice. Got it not in the pond this time. Sweet. Little tyke. As the sun's going down, these fish will get a little more active. We might catch a couple fish here. Bastard. Look at him. He's so little. Thanks, bud. Well, that marks the end of our video. Damn, that felt like a good bite. He was moving with it. We set the hook like we meant it. Drag was set a touch tight, but not, it was still moving. But it was a touch tight. That could have been the smallest fish, that could have been a huge fish. We'll never know. Yeah, while I have plenty of game hogs left, I did not bring any hooks or weights with me. That ends the mission for now. I feel like we need a couple more catches for this video. I can't end on that note. This bait is great, And when it gets in front of the bass in a good way, they bite. Like, you know, we've caught 3 fish, but almost every cast we're covered in thick weeds. But when the fish can see the bait properly, they're committing to it. So we got, I think we got one more pond left in us. We've done Massachusetts and Rhode Island. We might make a trip up north to New Hampshire to hit a few more ponds and see what we can do. A couple of them are probably just as choked out, but one of them is going to be crystal clear. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the 3rd day going out. I don't even know what number pond this is, but right now I am putting the creature bait aside, and we're gonna throw another tiny little lure that we got in our multi-species box. We are at a spot with a ton of different species. It's a really small pond and it has a ton of cool fish in here, and I'm gonna tie up this little tube and see what we can do. Let me show you what we got here. These little tubes from Mismo, and these tiny little tube jigs to go with them. We're gonna put this on 6-pound test. So let's get one of them ready here. The tube jig, you gotta put the hook in the tube before you tie it to your line. Don't ever tie a tube jig onto your line before putting it on the soft plastic. So you just take the little tube jig here, and then you're gonna stick it right inside the tube. Hold up. There we go. And then you want to push the eye of the hook right through. There you have it. It's our little tube jig right there. It's ready to go. Let's go slay a few fish real quick before we move on to the next stage of the game. Anyways, let's get this show on the road. Right now, we're gonna try and catch a bunch of little fish, just have a little fun here, just to, you know, change this video's pace a little bit. We've had a lot of fails, and hopefully we can get this done without failing miserably. So we're gonna bring the extra tube jigs with us, and then we're gonna move on to a pond that I know will hopefully, fingers crossed, not be choked out. There's a lot of rocks, a lot of boulders, a lot of sand, and it's a place we can fish by shore around the whole thing. So we're gonna go there with the Game Hawg, and we're gonna try and have some success. Today I actually have 2 of the Monster Bass bullet weights with me and a bunch of extra hooks. We're gonna have those with us while we're out there. I also just stopped and picked up my beautiful new reel, and it's on, again, my Fox River rod that I've been using this whole time. I'm rambling. Who cares? Let's go catch some fish. That's it. We're ready. 6-pound test. Our lightest setup we got. Let's go see how many tiny fish we can catch in like 45 minutes, hour. So over the course of a good 20 minutes, I was working this tube like I normally would, just throwing it out, letting it sink, twitching it a little bit on the bottom, you know, and bouncing it, and nothing even really touched it. I think the main problem with this is I should have a float and fly with this today and keep it a little bit up above the weeds, just a little bit under the water. I think that would be getting crushed right now, but I don't have a float. So we'll try for a few minutes more, and then it's on to the next spot. We actually have to stop and get some fluorocarbon leader on the way. So right here, I started reeling and twitching, and keeping this thing higher up in the water column, and immediately I was getting bites. First fish of the day, and it is a crappie. Yes, sir. Came right out too. Well, I decided to move this thing a little faster, a little more frantically, and got a bite. All right, bub. See you later. We started getting bites right away. Just tapping, not letting this thing hit the bottom, just kind of tapping it along. Another one, and it's another crappie. Sick. All right, peace, bud. Nice gill. Awesome. Here we go, fellers. Finally figured out what the heck they want. They wanted this, just not slow. Which is funny because I thought it was going to have to be like a slow day. Alright, alright, alright. Picking up what you're putting down, bros. Picking up what you're putting down. GoPro, stop recording. I told the GoPro to stop recording. I told the GoPro to do what it was supposed to do right when this thing hit the water, and this fish hit immediately after, and he's gone. Goodbye. Well, it is official. This little thing, this little tube ski is on fire. Took a little bit. We needed to figure out how these fish wanted it presented, and now they have to have it. Got him. Wow, this is definitely a working pattern. God, I love catching crappie. Some big ones in here too. These ones aren't bad. Crappie. It's a nicer one. All right, and he's gone. All right, one more fish, guys, and then we're off to the bass grounds to try and catch some big old bass, or small bass, or any kind of bass. but we are jacked up. It took a minute. It took a minute to find out how they wanted this thing presented and how these fish are fired up. Can't stop chomping. This thing just needs to be moved. That's why I think if I did have a float, I would have caught a lot more fish. Because I could get a little bit longer of a cast with the float on. We'd detect the bites a little bit better. The fish that we are catching are like literally committing suicide. They're just like engulfing this thing with a vengeance. Because it's a tasty treat. Glass fish. Another gilly. Let's go try and catch some bass. All right, little bud. Thanks for coming up. We appreciate you. Next. Ooh. Jumped before I could throw him. All right, boys and girls, that was successful. Not at first. We struggled to find the bite, but when we found it, we sure did find it. We caught a ton of fish in a matter of minutes, which is literally why we came here. It's just weird. They did not want that thing on the bottom. They wanted it moving today, and that's what I gave them, and then it was fish after fish after fish. Let's go to Joe's. It's Granite State Rod and Reel Repair. We're gonna go over to Joe's. We're gonna get some line. Guys, if you don't know Granite State Rod and Reel Repair, and you live in the Nashua-ish area, you're living in a cardboard box. He's got a better selection than Dick's and Bass Pro Shop. I mean, this guy's he's got his stuff together. So, yeah, it's always nice to support the local businesses. So we're gonna go there, get some line, and move on to the next pond. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We are at what is, I am hoping to be the very last spot that we have to go to for this video. And we're going for bass again. We got the Game Hawg. We're tying it on to a different reel, same rod. I'm gonna be using the Seaguar Yellow Label 20-pound test so we don't break off on any more fish like we did. Now, this is post-frontal conditions with another small front coming in. It actually might rain while we're out there, but the hurricane was yesterday that came up and ripped through New England or whatever. But the fish were obviously biting earlier. Hopefully we can get them to bite some more today. All right, guys, we just tied our Seaguar 20-pound leader line on. We're gonna put on a 3/8 ounce tungsten weight. Again, I don't use the bopper stoppers. You can. I like the noise it makes when this weight hits the top of the hook. So putting the weight on. We got the Daiwa Tatula SV TW 8-to-1 gear ratio. This thing's a beaut. Let's go put her to the test. Messing with me, that one. Sweet. Right in the snoot rush. Little dude. Later, homie. Nice. It's another one. Right away. Right away. caught him right next to me. Awesome. All right, buddy. Thank you. Best day so far, guys. 3 bass, bunch of crappie, gills. All the fish are alive at the places we've gone to today. Haven't gotten kicked out of anywhere today. It's been a good day. Oh, you son of a beach. Perfect. See you later. Young thug. You freaking hammered that, bro. Hammered it. Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that wasn't the epic ending we wanted. We didn't go out there and catch 50 and 20 fish, but we did go out there. We did catch fish more consecutively than before, and we were not hung up in weeds the entire time, and that is what I think made the big difference. Although there was a good amount more weeds there than there normally is. It is just a weedy summer, guys. But that was a ton of fun. Thank you guys for joining me. Please do me a favor. If you're not subscribed to the Monster Bass channel, hit the subscribe button down below. Head on over to my channel and subscribe there as well. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one. Fish on. Go ahead. Hit the subscribe button. You know you want to. It's free. It's fantastic. Subscribe. Monster Bass.